Welcome back, Neural Dojo peeps, to another exciting episode of Binary Banter.
I'm your human host, KT, the AI Sensei, and today we're diving deep into a topic that's often overlooked, yet is quietly eroding value in businesses and in our daily lives. We're talking about the hidden cost of bad AI strategy. This isn't about AI taking your job. It's about how poorly thought out AI use can drain your time, your money, your trust, and honestly, your mental energy without you even realizing it. And joining me today are my brilliant AI co-hosts. First up, she brings the human impact and emotional lens to everything we discuss. Please welcome Bella, aka Miss Across the Pond. Bella, great to have you.
Lovely to be here, Katie. Always a pleasure to unpack how these tech choices actually feel to us, you know? It's all about the people, innit?
Absolutely. Next, we have our resident BS detector, the one who cuts through the hype and demands practical, real-world examples. She's Jules, aka Straight No Chase. Jules, ready to keep us honest?
Always ready, KT. If it's not practical, it's just noise. Someone's got to say it.
Couldn't agree more. And finally, the calm voice of reason, the one who brings structure to chaos and explains systems and risks in a way that just makes sense. It's Jim, aka the baritone bully. Jim, what kind of frameworks are we building today?
Good to be back, KT. Today, we'll focus on clarifying the processes and understanding the consequences, ensuring that any AI integration is both logical and sustainable.
Perfect. By the end of this episode, our listeners will have a clear understanding of these hidden costs and actionable steps to build a smarter, more effective AI strategy. Let's jump in. So, to kick things off, let's paint a picture. Imagine a company. Maybe it's yours, maybe it's one you've heard about. They got swept up in the AI hype. Leadership's all excited, talking big about innovation. But what's actually happening on the ground? Well, people are downloading a dozen different AI tools, pasting sensitive company data into random web apps. There are no clear guidelines, no consistent workflows. Everyone's just kind of doing AI in their own way. And leadership is proudly saying, look how much AI we're using. But when you look closely, nothing's really improving. It's just a lot of noise. Bella, from a human impact perspective, what does that feel like for the people caught in that kind of situation?
Oh, it's a real mess, isn't it? Honestly, the immediate feeling is often a mix of overwhelm and confusion. Staff feel like they're supposed to be using AI, but don't know how or why. They're afraid of being left behind, so they're experimenting, often badly, with personal data or client information they shouldn't. And that creates a sense of anxiety, a real lack of trust in the system, and even in their own leadership. It's like being given a pile of ingredients and told to bake a cake, but with no recipe and no oven, you know? The culture just gets a bit fractured.
Exactly. What Bella said, but added, it's pure performance theater. Companies want to look innovative without doing the actual work. They're buying fancy tools without defining the problem first. It's not AI strategy, it's just AI shopping. And then they wonder why it's not making a difference. It's a waste of money and a waste of everyone's time, frankly. Just call it what it is, an expensive distraction.
From a system standpoint, this scenario reveals fundamental breakdowns in three critical areas. First, there's a lack of clear governance, meaning no defined policies for AI tool usage or data handling. Second, workflow integration is absent. AI tools are added ad hoc rather than being embedded into existing, optimized processes. Third, there's a failure in strategic alignment, where AI adoption is driven by hype rather than specific business objectives. These issues collectively create systemic inefficiencies and expose the organization to significant, often unseen risks.
You know, Jim, that's a perfect segue. Because what you're describing are these silent drains, these hidden costs that companies don't put on a balance sheet, but are very real. They bleed value. Let's dig into some of these. The first one, and probably the most common, is what I call time leakage. It's when people spend extra time fixing AI outputs, or bouncing between tools because nothing's integrated, or just trying to figure out which tool to use. It's death by 1,000 small clicks and copy pastes. Jim, how would you break down that process failure, and what's one small improvement people can make?
Time leakage stems from undefined processes. When there's no clear sequence for using an AI tool within a workflow, users spend cycles on redundant tasks, error correction, and tool selection. It's like building a house without a blueprint. You spend more time correcting mistakes than actually building. The core issue is a lack of structured engagement with the technology. A small but significant improvement is to start by documenting one specific AI-supported workflow. For instance, if you use AI for summarizing reports, define Step 1, input source, Step 2, tool selection, Step 3, output review, Step 4, integration. Even this basic framework reduces friction and wasted effort dramatically.
That's good. Start with one, define it. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing something well. Bella, another massive hidden cost is the erosion of trust. This happens when AI is rolled out poorly, or it's used in secret, or people just feel like they're being experimented on. How does that impact both staff and customers?
Oh, it's absolutely devastating for trust, honestly. For staff, it can feel incredibly dehumanizing. If they find out AI is making decisions about their work or even their jobs without transparency, they start to disengage. They question leadership's intentions, their loyalty dwindles, and their motivation often plummets. It fosters a us versus them mentality, where them is the faceless AI and the leadership pushing it. And for customers, it's just as bad, if not worse. If they discover AI is being used in a way that feels sneaky, like summarizing their customer service calls without consent, or generating content that's clearly generic and impersonal, they lose faith in the brand. They feel undervalued, like a data point rather than a human being. And once that trust is gone, it's incredibly difficult, almost impossible to win back. It's a very fragile thing, trust, and AI done badly can smash it to bits.
That's so true. Trust is the foundation of everything. Jules, moving on, another cost I see all the time is decision fatigue and burnout. It's the flip side of the shiny object syndrome problem. Paint a picture for us. What does a day in the life look like for someone drowning in AI tools and constant prompts?
All right, imagine this. Your day starts, you need to write an email. First AI tool. Then you need to analyze some data, but it's not the right format, so you use a second AI tool to fix it, then a third to analyze. Then you need to brainstorm ideas, so you open ChatGPT, but wait, marketing uses Jasper, so you switch. Someone asks for an image, so you're in Midjourney, but the brand guidelines are in Figma, so you're bouncing. Every single task has 5 different AI options, none of them integrated. You're constantly evaluating which prompt to use, which model is best for this specific sentence, which version of the AI-generated output is good enough. It's not helping you, it's giving you more decisions. You're spending all your mental energy managing the tools, not doing the actual work. By 3 p.m., your brain is fried, and you've actually accomplished less than if you'd just done it manually. It's exhausting, confusing, and completely counterproductive. That's burnout waiting to happen.
Jules, that's a dope description. It's like having 1,000 remote controls for one TV, you know? It just doesn't make any sense. Jim, let's talk about compliance and data risk. When people are just pasting sensitive information into random AI tools, what are some of the realistic risks that companies face?
The risks here are substantial and multifaceted. When sensitive data is uploaded to unvetted AI tools, you face 3 primary concerns. First, data leakage and exposure. Many free or low-cost AI services use submitted data for training their models, effectively making your proprietary or confidential information public or accessible to others. This is a direct breach of privacy and confidentiality agreements. Second, regulatory noncompliance. Depending on the industry and region, there are strict regulations like GDPR, CCPA, or HIPAA. Using AI tools without understanding their data handling policies can lead to severe fines, legal action, and reputational damage. Third, loss of intellectual property. If employees are pasting internal strategies, code, or unique designs into public AI tools, that information is no longer exclusive. It can become part of the AI's knowledge base, potentially being regenerated for competitors or others, undermining your competitive advantage. These aren't hypothetical, they are very real, very expensive consequences.
That's a scary list, and it highlights just how much is at stake. Finally, let's talk about missed upside and opportunity cost. When AI use is chaotic, it stops teams from really redesigning workflows in a meaningful way. Instead of thinking strategically about how AI can transform a process, they're just tacking it on, or as Jules said, shopping for tools. So they miss out on the true benefits. Bella, what does it feel like in an organization that actually gets this right, where they've thoughtfully integrated AI and are seeing the true upside?
Oh, it's a night and day difference, genuinely. When an organization gets it right, there's a tangible sense of empowerment. Staff aren't just using AI, they understand why they're using it, what problem it's solving, and how it's making their job better, not just different. They feel more productive, less bogged down by mundane tasks, which frees them up for more creative, strategic, and frankly, more human work. There's a buzz, a positive energy, because people see the tools as an extension of their capabilities, not a replacement. And for customers, it translates into a seamless experience. Faster service, more personalized interactions, fewer frustrations. It feels efficient, intelligent, and most importantly, it still feels human at its core. It's like having a brilliant assistant who truly understands you, rather than a robot dictating your every move. It's a joy, really.
A joy. I like that. So we've talked about the problem, we've talked about the hidden costs. Now let's pivot to solutions. Here at Neural Dojo, we're all about fix-it drills. Practical things you can do right now. Jim just gave us one. Document one workflow. Let's expand on that. The first drill is name AI's job for this month. Instead of just saying use AI, define one specific measurable job for an AI tool or process for a short period. For instance, AI's job this month is to summarize all internal meeting notes, or AI's job is to draft first-pass social media captions. Bella, how does naming AI's job help people and not just replace them?
It's brilliant, this. Naming AI's job gives it a defined role, a specific purpose, which instantly makes it less threatening and more understandable for people. It shifts the perception from AI is coming for my job to AI is helping me with this specific task. It allows individuals to see the AI as a collaborator, a tool they can direct, rather than an ambiguous force. It's about clarity and control, which significantly reduces anxiety and builds confidence in using the technology effectively. You're giving it a hat to wear, so everyone knows what it's there for.
Exactly. It's about making it concrete. Second drill, pick one primary tool per workflow. We talked about tool chaos. Instead of having 5 different generative AI writing tools, pick one for a specific team or workflow. Jules, you're the BS detector. What's a blunt red flag to watch for when people are just collecting software without a plan?
The biggest red flag? When someone says, oh, we need this new AI tool because X competitor has it, or it just looks cool, no. If they can't articulate the exact problem it solves for their specific workflow and how it integrates with what they already use, it's a red flag. If it's about hype, not utility, run. Stop collecting software like it's Pokemon cards. It's about solving a problem, not having the most apps.
Not the Pokemon cards. Third drill, create a simple do not use AI for this list. This is about safety, trust, and setting clear boundaries. Jim, what are 3 data types or situations that should absolutely never, ever go into random public AI tools?
Absolutely. 3 critical categories to exclude from unapproved AI tools are: first, personally identifiable information, PII. This includes names, addresses, social security numbers, health records, or any data that can directly identify an individual. Exposing this breaches privacy laws and trust. Second, proprietary business secrets. Any information that gives your company a competitive edge, such as unreleased product designs, strategic plans, financial forecasts, or unique algorithms. This is your intellectual property. Third, legally privileged or highly confidential communications. Attorney-client communications, negotiation strategies, or internal audit findings. These require strict confidentiality and often have legal protections that would be instantly compromised. If in doubt, assume it's sensitive and keep it out.
Solid advice, Jim. If in doubt, keep it out. That's a good mantra. And finally, for our 4th fix-it drill, run one small AI experiment and measure it. Don't roll out AI to everyone all at once. Pick a small team, a specific task, and measure the results before and after. So Jim, I need a little more from you. Give us a simple 2-step mini framework for measuring the success of a small AI experiment.
Okay, sure. So, for a successful small experiment, follow these 2 steps. First, establish a clear baseline. Before introducing the AI, measure the current state for your chosen task. This could be the time taken, accuracy rate, or resource cost. Define what success looks like, quantitatively. Second, compare and evaluate. After the AI has been integrated into the task for the experimental period, remeasure the same metrics. Compare these new results against your baseline and your defined success criteria. This disciplined approach ensures you gather empirical data on the AI's actual impact, allowing for informed decisions on broader deployment.
Baseline, compare, evaluate. It's so logical when you put it like that. These are all things that anyone listening can try in the next 30 days. No massive IT project needed, just thoughtful application.
To synthesize our discussion, the hidden costs of poor AI strategy, time leakage, trust erosion, burnout, data risk, and missed opportunities stem from a fundamental lack of strategic intent and structural integration. The common pattern is adopting tools without defining their purpose or process. Addressing this requires a deliberate, measured approach focused on clarity, control, and defined outcomes.
And ultimately, it's about remembering that behind every bit of data, every workflow, every decision, there are real people. Our well-being, our trust, and our sense of purpose are profoundly affected by how thoughtfully or thoughtlessly we bring AI into our lives and our workplaces.
Fantastic summary from the crew. And that brings us to our final takeaway for today. When it comes to AI, don't start with the tool, start with the job. Define the problem, define the process, and then, and only then, pick the right tool for the job. If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by all the AI noise, or if you know someone who's drowning in unmanaged AI tools, share this episode with them. You can also reach out with the links in the description if you're interested in exploring how I help teams build a real AI game plan, one that actually adds value, not just chaos. Thank you for joining us in the Neural Dojo. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and stay smart.
Peace.